Hey everyone, welcome back. No skips at the beginning this time, just a quick announcement. I wanted to get a little bit more involved with my community, and I feel like the best way to do that through video is from you guys commenting down below what deck you'd like to see for my next video, whether it be shit or just meta. I'll try to make it as good as I can based on my personal preferences or little notes that you would like to leave me in the comments. Anyway, let's get into today's content. So, recently I've been seeing a bunch of people saying that eBay decks can't do anything, and I've wanted to try and prove that they might be able to do things. I've been starting to get interested in synchro decks, and I saw a bunch of Synchron replays, and I feel like they look pretty cool. So I looked on eBay for a Synchron deck, and I found this. And so I took this person's exact list that he left inside the description, and I turned that into a deck. So this is the list I'm going to be working with today. Overall, it seems pretty good. The price point that he put for the deck is pretty high, and some of the choices are a bit iffy here and there. But from what you're about to see, the deck can do pretty well, even though it doesn't have any targets for Quasar Dragon. So we'll start with the card by card, and then we'll move on to the replays. So for the monsters, we're starting off with 3 Junk Synchron, 3 Junk Converter, which searches out any Synchron from your deck, 3 Boost Warrior, which is a really nice level 1 extender, 3 Synchron Carrier. Synchron Carrier just lets us have an extra normal summon. 1 Steam Synchron for quick synchros, another level 3 besides Junk Synchron. Sideburst Synchron as our level 1, and also because it protects our EMZ synchros. Quick Draw, I used to think it couldn't do anything because we're not running anything that requires Synchron tuners, but you can just use it to make Zolkin using with something like Junk Speeder or Librarian. Unknown Synchron, because for going second, it's just a free level 1 we can special summon, and if we have something like Boost Warrior, we can special summon that, and then we can make Double Star Shaman to get our level 2s from the hand, and then just go from there. Next, run 1 copy of the Hyper Synchron. If we manage to see full combo, we'll normally summon this from Junk Speeder, so you can use it and the Doppel Warrior tokens in order to synchro summon for a Librarian and draw. We play 1 copy of Fleur Synchron, because if we have a level 2 in that hand that we can't really get rid of, it just helps us unclog our hand. Next, you play 3 Doppel Warrior, because it's not even once per turn. You just summon 2 tokens and it's used for a synchro summon, and it's also free summon from hand when we use a revival effect. So if we go Junk Converter, pitch Junk Synchron to get another one. When we get the Junk Converter back, we also get Doppel Warrior, and then we have 3 monsters on the field. Next, we play Big 1 Warrior, which is a choice that never came up in any of the games, or if it didn't make an impact. It's a really random pick, considering there's barely any level 1 targets, and normally you'll want to summon these 2 from the deck, and you'll want to just summon these from your hand and not go neg 1. Then Lefty and Righty as one-ofs is a bit interesting. Should have been 3 Righty, 1 Lefty, and then we could have cut down some of the cards here. But it sometimes works for Double Star Shaman plays, or for Formula, sometimes it works for Martial Metal Marcher plays. Then 1 Quill Bolt, which we can send off of the Foolish, or that we can just, it's a nice free level 2 special summon. Then we play 3 copies of Tuning, which gets us access to any Synchron in the deck, and if we get lucky with our mills, we can go for full combo from there. 3 D-Synchro is a bit of a strange pick for the deck, but I mean, if we have it and we can also have access to Trish, we can hand loop our opponent. It didn't come up in any of these games, but I mean, it's kind of interesting. 1 Rota gets us access to about half our deck, so I need to explain that. The Avarice is alright, I guess. It's nice recursion for all the Synchros, because we're going to be burning through our extra deck a lot. 1 Magnet Reverse, it gets us back our things like Formula Synchron and Martial Metal Marcher from the grave. 1 Monster Reborn, which is just extender. Living Fossil, also just an extender. 1 for 1's a bit of a weird pick, but it does get us to a tuner, which we can use to extend. Foolish, there are some good targets, we just use it to send things for Junk Synchron to revive later. Then 1 Mind Control and 1 Red Reboot, because they like to put dude stuff in there a lot for no reason. Onto the extra, we're on 1 Cosmic Blazar, which is a really nice just negate card. 1 Shooting Quasar, which you never want to summon because it has no float target, so just always go for Blizzard. One Crystal Wing because it's one of the better negate cards in the game, and even though we're not using Wind Witch Engine to summon it, it's still really powerful. One Trish, loops a card, non-targeting, does things. One Omega, slightly strange, but again it's also a loop from the hand. The Formula Synchron is just a level 2 tuner we can synchro into, and then we also get to draw one. One Stardust. Stardust is there because like they would want you to use that to go into the Cosmic Blazer or the Quasar, or to use Zulkin to go into it. One Junk Speeder is the best synchro on a whole deck. That just gets us access to like 4 cards from our main deck. The one Dawn Dragster, which is a spell negate, which is good. Excel Synchron, we don't really use this that much. We would much rather just make something else over the Excel Synchron. One Martial Metal March, I don't need to explain that. One Double Star Shaman, I explained it slightly throughout like the deck profile. But it just gets us our level 2s out the hand of the grave. One Amatrix, it's essentially just a level 5 vanilla for us. We can quick synchro into it, but that does basically nothing. One Hyper Librarian, because it's really broken. You can draw like 7 cards in a turn, which is insane. And the one Zulkin, because even though we're gonna make Crystal Wing as part of the combo, we can use Zulkin to cheat our Stardust Dragon to then try and go into Blazer or Quasar. And without further ado, let's get into the games. So game 1 here, we see a pretty good opener. We use the tune to go for the Junk Synchron, hit another one. We bring that back from the grave, and then some of the Doppel Warrior from our hand. And that just enables all of our plays. We go swing Junk Speeder, and then get 2 tokens. Junk Speeder summons Flare Synchron and Unknown Synchron and Hyper Synchron from the deck. Then Synchro summon for a Hyper Librarian and a Double Star Shaman, which then revives our Doppel Warrior from the grave and summons the Quillbolt from our hand. Then we Synchro for a Cosmic Blazer, normal summon the Junk Synchron to bring back the Unknown. Then Synchro for Martial Metal March, which brings back the Unknown. We Synchro for an Amatrix, then Synchro for a Crystal Wing. And then Quillbolt Helltrap brings itself back for no apparent reason, we pass. Our opponent activates Sign Optimization, summons Widget Kid, we negate the effect and destroy it. And then activate Silent Mining, pitching Microcoder to add Code Booster. And then try to normal summon the Lady Depot from negate, and then they scoop. In our second game, we're playing against Doremi cards, which is really interesting considering the new card, which is really broken. So yeah, they're trying to go through some pendulum plays. They activate the field spell. Servant doesn't have enough counters on it to actually do anything, so just go pendulum summon 2, and then pass back to us. Our hand is absolutely insane. We activate tuning to add quick draw, hit desynchro, pitch a Doppel Warrior, then normal Synchron Carrier, then summon Junk Synchron, and then bring back the Doppel Warrior. We already have a really big field setup, but why not go even further? Get 2 tokens, and then we get to special summon the Unknown. We go into Formula Synchron, and then use Synchron Carrier's effect to bring out another token. They decide to destroy the Synchron Carrier, which is a bit of a dumb move on them. We bring back the Unknown Synchron and mind control that monster away to summon a Hyper Librarian, then summon an Omega. We special summon the Booster Warrior because I forgot Quick Draw Synchron has a restriction on it, and we pass. They draw for turn. They pendulum summon from the extra deck on resolution, we Omega, then they activate the spell in the hand. They activate the effect of Servant to bring itself out in a Endymion from the deck. Then they link for IP Masquerena, add back the Doremi card. Then link for a Unicorn to bounce back our monster, then attack into a quick draw. We draw for turn, we draw into a Doppel Warrior, but it doesn't matter, we normal summon Flare Synchron, Synchro 9 for a Trishula, triggering 2 monsters, and then we get back our Righty Driver, which summons Double Star Shaman, which gets us 2 Doppel Warriors and a Synchron Carrier, which we then use for a Stardust Dragon, then trigger both the Doppel Warriors to get ourselves 4 tokens. We may have locked up our whole board, but it's not like they're gonna walk away with a win. Pendulum can't recur everything off of 1 card, unlike most meta decks it can do at this point. They draw for turn into a monster, they just set and pass. And then we enter the battle phase, attack with Trishula, and then finish them off with the double tokens. Game 3, our open is really good. We're playing against S-Force Invoked. We use Junk Converter to search the Junk Synchron to then bring back the Junk Converter, then special summon Doppel Warrior from the hand. We then Synchro summon for Junk Speeder, and this is essentially the combo line that we're going to be doing most of the time. This is what our full combo basically looks like. Then we sync up for a Crystal Wing, then a Hyper Librarian. We do that because we don't want to get greedy on the draws. Then we go into an Excel Synchron just so I can get a level 5, and go into a Double Star Shaman, and then we just keep drawing. We are very plus right now, and we go to a Zulkin, set 1, bring out the Stardust Dragon, activate Tuning to add back to the Junk Synchron and pass. This field setup doesn't look the best, but our Monster Negate and our Destruction Negate should be half decent in this situation. They know what Alistair effect, and then we negate the Crystal Wing, activate the S-Force card, and then they just scoop. In game 4, our opener is not the best, but we can still search out our whole plays. We may not have the Doppel Warrior, but our hand should be good enough to the point where we can win. Our opponent's on some sort of kind of War Crime Zombie Eldritch deck. So we go into the Zulkin, into a Double Star Shaman to bring back the Junk Converter, then sync up for a Librarian, activate Monster Reborn to bring back the Junk Speeder to make everything into a Blazar, set 1, and summon Crystal Wing. And this is essentially the full end board I will be making on this deck. They'll summon Solitaire for a Unizombie, activate Unizombie effect, which we will choose to negate with Crystal Wing. They'll set 3 cards, pass turn, we'll draw. We'll set 1, get Zulkin effect for a Stardust, they'll Lost Wind our Blazar, and then they'll scoop. In the final game of today, we're up against Cyber Dragons. They activate Desires to draw 2. Pretty good draws off the top for them. Normal summon Call, get Emergency. Activate Machine Dupe for 2 Cyber Dragons, make a Nova, then make an Infinity. Activate the Emergency to add Hers. Galaxy Soldier, discard the Hers to summon itself, adding another Galaxy Soldier. Repair Plan to add a Light Machine. Pitching the Turtle to summon Galaxy Soldier to go into another Nova, even though they could have made a Verte. We activate Tuning, add Unknown Synchron, milling another Tuning, special summon those, then go into a Formula Synchron. They'll strike the summon of our Formula Synchron for no reason, then they'll negate our Foolish Burial, but lucky enough for us, we already have everything we need in our hand. We'll normal Synchron Carrier, getting us the normal for a Junk Synchron, for bring back the Boost Warrior, then use Junk Speeder to bring out 4 tuners from the deck, single for a Hyper Librarian, then a Crystal Wing, and then we special summon the Boost Warrior that we drew. Once we reborn back the Junk Speeder, Synchro for a Double Star Shaman, getting us an extra draw, and Recursion for a Synchron Carrier. Then Synchro 9 for a Trishula. Use Trishula to banish the Nova and the Cyber Dragon from grave and the card in hand. Summon a Dawn Dragster attack, negate the Magnetic Turtle, then just get in for a bunch of damage. Then just pass. They draw in the Overload Fusion, they banish the card to bring out a Nashta, use Nashta effect, will negate with Crystal Wing. They'll activate Overload, which will negate with Dawn Dragster, and that looks like it'll be the end of the game. They'll pass to us, we'll just enter battle phase and attack the game with Trish. Back with the deck. This deck has definitely put in a lot of work. We weren't playing against the most meta of matchups, but against what seems to be more of the casual audience, it has been working pretty well. This list is something that you could take to a locals and maybe top, or at least get a pretty good finish. Overall, my final thoughts on this, it's definitely not the most complete list for the deck. You could definitely do something a lot more interesting. And if you don't fill up with all these random cards like Big One Warrior and Desynchro and Mind Control and Red Reboot, which would really just be in the side deck, you can definitely make a good enough build for the deck. Thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to be notified about my weekly uploads. And I'll see you all in the next one.